We all in the frame.
Just gotta get Isma out of my backside, and we're good to go.
Okay. And
You're mine.
And you win. Did you win?
Did I win?
Yeah, did you win?
I think so. I don't know. Looks like you got all the prizes.
Yep, sure did. It's definitely not from Dino Land. They don't make shit like this. Shit like that.
So what's up tonight?
Okay, so first off, we're not. She's drinking his whiskey. We're not telling you what it is because we don't live in a communist country. You got to pay for us to advertise. So he's drinking whiskey, but we're not telling you what it is.
Well, it's bourbon. We'll go that route. We'll narrow it down to it's in the USA. But
that's correct.
That's it.
But it has to be from Kentucky.
No.
Typically called a bourbon whiskey.
No.
But that's the only thing you drink if it's coming from Kentucky.
Preferably, but there are some bourbons within the U.S. that I will drink that is not within the state of Kentucky.
Okay. Believe that when I see you drink it. Yep.
But any hoozles.
Yes, we have to hurry up because other people have to get back on the internet. Okay, so.
I've got all night. And all day tomorrow.
Yes, and so do I.
So, take your time. Tell me what you want. Tell what you
need.
So,
I really want you to tell me what we are struggling with when it comes to finding a good quality restaurant. When it comes to atmosphere, service, and food.
Okay, so here's the issue. Disney is great at a lot of things. But as far as restaurants go, to get theming, characters, and food and service to all fall into that just absolute wow, oh my goodness, I want to go, I want to continue. This is what Disney truly means. In all honesty, I will say there are two restaurants that have it down pat. That is Hollywood and Vine, either for breakfast, which we just did. You can catch our video from that. I think we have it posted up. Mm-hmm. He says we have it posted up. We have it posted up. And the multiple visits that we have done to Wilderness Lodge to see Miss Snow White. Those two have theme, service, food, and price point all down to a T. My issue is when you go to Norway for the dinner with the princesses. The food is good. The service is good. Obviously, you have to like the food that is of Norway origin or Scandinavian origin. But in my opinion, that is good. I enjoy the food. But there's a lack of theming. There's a lack of just that it factor that makes me want to return. And then, what was it? The Citrus?
Okay, so that's what we were going to talk about next. So if you want quality atmosphere, service with characters, you mentioned the top two.
Right.
So if you don't want the characters, you want a romantic couple. It's just you and your spouse.
Okay.
No children. And it's an anniversary. It's an experience that you want to go to Disney and say, hey, wow. You said Citrus. I agree.
But yet, even with that, it's supposed to be themed to Mary Poppins. But in all honesty, you do not see Mary Poppins. You've got chandeliers that are shaped like umbrellas. You've got the rugs that is supposed to be the London skyline looking down upon top of it, whatever. In all honesty, what the waiter told us of the exclusive dining room that you have to reserve, and there has to be like 8 of you or 6 of you, I don't remember the details of it. That is the only thing that I honestly saw that was honestly Mary Poppins. But you take away and you want to say it's not Mary Poppins, but it is Instagrammable. It's social media worthy, Photoshop. It's gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. It's gorgeous. I just don't see Mary Poppins when you see that. The service is great. The food is great. Blah, blah, blah. But if you're wanting a more intimate dinner, the 2 that I would place, well, actually, there's 3. The top 2 would be the Brown Derby and then the France restaurant in Epcot. But the third underrated, but you really have to pay attention to the menu of whether or not it's something that you would want to eat, is Tiffin's within Animal Kingdom. The atmosphere is very intimate, very nice, but you have to make sure the food is what you want. They seem to constantly want to change the menu. I don't know if they're changing executive chefs or if they just want to change for change's sake, or if they cannot find an identity. I'm not for sure, but what I can honestly say is the atmosphere is wonderful for one-on-one quality time. The service is great, but you have to pay attention to that menu because you do not what you're going to get from one experience to the next.
Now, the reason why I choose not to go back to Tiffin's, or maybe I will go back, but after 5 or 6 minutes at the top, if I have not got any drinks or the waiter, server, whatever you want to call them, has not come to my table, I am going to the hostess station requesting a new waiter, waitress, staff. But we have done that at the Sci-Fi because Sci-Fi, the service was going to suck, and we said something. And so they brought us a new server, and then when they did, we had no problem with that person. As a matter of fact, we love her. We actually got her down.
Oh, that's when we met Gabby.
No, that was the lady that was Muslim, and we talked to her about the
Quran.
Quran.
That's right. It was the time afterwards where we met the blonde-haired Gabby, which was phenomenal.
Yeah, she's like my Betty. Betty Cooper from Archie
Okay,
comics.
I forgot about the Muslim woman who was a phenomenal service, gave us so much information about her background and her heritage, but did not have a problem serving people. It was just a lovely, lovely experience in so many ways. Just seeing different cultures being able to connect in ways that is unexpected was just phenomenal with her. And I don't know, there's Disney magic and then there is Disney magic. The difference is just that extra little something that you cannot put your finger on, but Sci-Fi has always given it to us. We did have that little hiccup that one time, but I don't think it was him as a server. I think he was just overwhelmed, and we got sat where he had a large group and he was overwhelmed.
And the language barrier from English to Spanish.
That could have been that too.
English barrier.
But Sci-Fi in Hollywood and Vine, we've always had phenomenal service. Well, even at Brown Derby, we have had. The only complaint was one time we went, the noise level was really, really loud. And I don't know what was up with that. If it was a group of people that just happened to create an echo, or if we just hit a busy time and that can be a normal thing. Not 100% sure. Wilderness Trail with Snow White, always phenomenal service. I don't know
But we do agree. We haven't tried Mama Melrose yet, but we do agree that every single quick service and table service is phenomenal with no problem, with atmosphere, theming, and amazing quality food. Unlike any other theme park at Disney.
Well, there's just something special about the people within Hollywood studios. They genuinely feel like they want to be there and doing their jobs. At Epcot, it's not that we've ever received horrible service, but at times it's more along the lines of, I'm doing my job. And they're not going above and beyond. They're not feeling attracted to the job. It's not a passion. They don't feel connected to what they're doing.
Okay,
but then again, that could also just be because a lot of the restaurants we have gone to is in with World Showcase, and that those restaurants are hiring people from their home countries, and English is the second or third or even fourth language, and that could be causing some of the disconnect. So I don't want to say don't enjoy Epcot, just be mindful of the fact that if you go to Norway, they're going to be of an English of a second or third or fourth language. So there can be some disconnect in communication. And I'm sure that's if you go to Mexico or France. Within Canada, I didn't really experience that, even though I'm fairly certain that our server could speak French, which French and English is primary languages within Canada. So that's my thing with the UK, with Epcot. Now, we have not done, what is it, the Space 220 or whatever, which is not part of the World Showcase for sit-down service, but with the spinning restaurant with Chip and Dale. Garden Grill. The service has always been great. It's more the atmosphere with us rotating. When we were on the inner circle, it caused some inner ear imbalance and caused us to become dizzy. So, but we can't blame that on service or the restaurant service itself. It was more the setup of the restaurant that caused us issues.
Now, for me, I have eaten every single restaurant at Epcot, especially the World Showcase. The only other downfall about eating in the World Showcase is that you have to know what you want to eat. If you want Chinese food, you go to China. If you want sushi, you go to Japan. If you want French quality style food, you go to France. If you want sausage and stuff, you're going to go to Germany. You're not going to have a sit-down table service restaurant with all this on one menu.
Right, but that's the whole
Like-
point of the World Showcase. It's to showcase their individual country.
Right.
And that's what their restaurants are doing.
Right. Now, outside of Steakhouse 2071, Steakhouse 71,
You're talking
'Cause
about
we
the
have-
one in Contemporary?
right.
We haven't done that.
That's
Or
what
I haven't done that.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Where can you get the best hamburger, Jughead?
The best hamburger.
No, we're not talking about atmosphere. We're not talking about the location and service. We want quality of the burger, great meat, great everything, and it's the wow factor. Like
Okay.
if you had a choice, either this restaurant.
Okay,
or
so let's just start with
Red
the basic.
Robin.
Okay, let's just start with the basic quick service. If you go to the connections within Epcot or you go to Cosmic Rays,
Starlight Cafe, okay. Right.
you get a very basic burger.
And
Which,
this is
but
just
but
meat and
let
bread.
me overstep that with saying, the basic burger is better than your basic McDonald's burger. It's still not great. It's quick service. It is McDonald's style, but it is a step above in quality.
But you don't eat none of that because you eat always the chicken nuggies.
Right, because I'm a burger snob. I want a gourmet burger. I want my burger to taste phenomenal. When you go to Cosmic Rays or Connections within Epcot, you are getting a basic burger. You're getting a Whopper. You're getting a quarter pounder from McDonald's. There's nothing spectacular about it. There's nothing wrong with it. But I'm a burger snob, and I'm not going to eat it. I'm going to get the chicken tenders and the chicken nuggies. Because you can't mess those things up. And I'm not a snob about those things. And I will fully admit that I am a snob when it comes to my burgers. I want the sauteed mushrooms. I want the blue cheese. I want something unique. I want something special. I want something more than mayonnaise or ketchup and mustard and a little bit of onion and a little bit of pickle on my burger. I want a burger.
No,
I want something that Red Robin is going to produce for me. I want something that Longhorn Steakhouse or Outback Steakhouse is going to produce for me. It's not something that you're going to get from a fast food restaurant. With that being said, though, Hardee's is giving a run for the money of fast food burgers, but that's neither here nor there. Just throwing it out there.
Which today you had
I had the Philly
cheesesteak
burger.
hamburger.
Although we're not in Philly, so it should just been a cheesesteak burger. For my Philly friends out there, I understand only Philly cheesesteak comes from Philly. Hardee's is misrepresenting because we are not in Philly. We are in Florida. So it was a cheesesteak burger. It was
the
great.
only burger that you will have at Walt Disney World is with location. As of right before we go to Steakhouse 71.
Well, as of right now, I only get a burger from Sci-Fi. Now, there was a burger at Brown Derby, but Brown Derby decided that a burger was beneath them and they could no longer serve it. So I never got to
Jollywood Nights. I had the 3 little crystal-sized burgers.
Oh, you had the sliders.
The sliders. It's crystals, and what's the other place?
White Castle.
But they were more upscale, high quality than those restaurants. I had that during Jollywood Nights, and I will definitely have it again when we go back to Jollywood Nights. Okay, so we also have, with transferring with our DVC to hotels with a 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom. So let's talk about the 2 bedroom Saratoga Resort and spaces and family and what to expect in the kitchen and living room and why
Okay.
did we cut our vacation short?
Well, I mean, there are multiple reasons why we cut our vacation short, but we're not going to go into that. Let's just go into the fact of number one, when you are with a group of family or a group of anyone, respect of the thermostat is number one. Just because you are completely hot-blooded and you need the thermostat set at 65 degrees at all times does not mean that you, one individual, gets to decide that that happens. You need to be respectful of what goes on. Also, with the fact that if you are the resident that is going to be sleeping in the living room pull down Murphy bed, understand that if you pull that bed down, that living room becomes completely unavailable to the rest of your party. And it should only be pulled down to when you are honestly going to sleep. Because you cannot move around in the living room area in a Saratoga 2 bedroom if the Murphy bed is pulled down. It completely eliminates the living room area.
You cannot get outside to the patio. If there's a fire, you're climbing over that Murphy bed.
With that being
sliding door.
Right. But with that being said, the room, well, the suite, the apartment, whatever you want to call it, it was nice. Yes, there were certain areas that were cramped. No, two people could not be in the kitchen at the same time because you wanted to open up the stove, you couldn't get to the refrigerator, you wanted to open up the stove, you couldn't get to...
And Virginia had to move the refrigerator over just to open up the oven.
But I feel like that was probably the cleaning crew when they went in to clean, they moved something and didn't get it put back right. Okay. That's not to say anything bad about the room itself, the apartment itself. What I would say is the Saratoga 2 bedrooms, yes, they can sleep multiple people, but while there, one needs to be respectful of the others in the area. Oh, and my love needs his little sweetie sweets because he is so sweet.
Oh my God, beautiful. I need my food.
Yeah. It's not the Christmas tree, so I don't know how much he's going to enjoy it because he loves the Little Debbie Christmas trees. Not an endorsement, but if Little Debbie wants to endorse us, let's go for it.
Yes, because we don't live in a communist country. We don't advertise for free. Also, earlier today, when he left, he forgot to lock the door, and somebody could have raped me and sodomized me right here in the hallway. And he says, nobody wants to rape or sodomize. Then I told him, I said, how rude.
I don't remember that conversation whatsoever. I think you're embellishing a little bit there, sir.
Okay. I'm making everything up.
No, I said you're embellishing. I didn't say you're making things up. So how is the cakey cake?
It's definitely not the Christmas tree. And it's definitely something you're not going to get at Disney World.
Is it Easter themed at least?
No.
No? It's just a cakey cake?
It's just a birthday cake.
That's unfortunate. Did they have any Easter themies?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, anywho, with that being said.
Okay, so now we're possibly, if we can move, or he's gonna move. I'm just staying right here because I'm fat. about the Star Wars lightsabers that everybody keeps asking us about.
Oh, no. We're going to do that tomorrow. That's going to be in a separate video all by itself.
Or you can...
But just a little teasy tease. We did get... I got my Ventress lightsaber hilts. And they have been sitting for days waiting to open them up. But I don't want to do them in this video, so we're going to wait until tomorrow to do them. Or maybe even a further day out. Just simply for the fact my lazy little butt doesn't want to get up from this position.
And it's literally two feet away. No, not even a feet. Like maybe 4
But,
inches away.
okay. The box itself and the hilts, yes, they're only 2 feet away. But I do not have the blades to stick them in and to activate and to show you lovely people what it's all going to look like. And if I open them up, you're going to want to see what it looks like. And then I'm going to have to search out for the blades and get everything going. And yeah, not feeling it today, but I love you. But my question for you, honey. Quick service out of all 4 all 4 parks. What's your number 1?
Okay. Great, amazing question.
You can only pick one. Don't try to be diplomatic about this. I want to know your number 1.
Well, I can't. Because if I'm craving...
No. What's your number 1 for service, for taste, for price, all of that? What's your number 1 for going to? We're not considering whether or not you can charge your scooter. We're not considering whether or not any other thing. Just your number 1 favorite. If I would say, let's go to a quick service restaurant right now, which one would you go to?
And since I'm fat, it all depends on what I'm craving.
Okay, so what are you craving right this moment? And which quick service restaurant would you go to?
Well, I need to clog my arteries and have a heart attack, so I would say Columbia Harbor House and Seafood with my seafood platter.
Okay, fair.
But if I didn't want to clog my arteries because I'm fat and don't want a heart attack, then I would go to Pecos Bill with Rufus, wherever he's at, hiding.
You dropped Rufus on the floor. He's crying.
Well, I didn't drop him. He fell.
You dropped Rufus. Because you're supposed to keep Rufus in your pocket.
Yeah, well, good luck with that.
Did you not listen to the Rufus rap? You keep him in your pocket because you don't want a cage, because no, I'll keep him in my pocket. Nah.
He's all, I gotta put some more batteries in him.
Rufus lost his voice. How unfortunate. Okay. So
it would be then to Pecos Bill and Magic Kingdom for tacos.
I really like Pecos Bills. I really enjoyed Pecos Bills at Mickey's Not So Scary. They had some really nice exclusive menus, items.
But the other thing is, when you go to Columbia Harbor House and Seafood, you get those hush puppies.
Hush puppies. But you didn't like the hush puppies.
No, but you get them.
I like the hush puppies. Fried cornbread, cannot go wrong with fried cornbread.
Animal Kingdom, you have to like barbecue or pizza because that's the only 2 options. And
well,
then,
you got the Dio place.
Again, you only getting bread and meat.
They had chicken nuggies.
Well, I don't eat that.
But their chicken nuggies were
like
good.
The backlot tour, you get the same thing. But I'm not eating a hamburger there either.
No, but you seem to enjoy the backlot tour, whatever you got there.
I don't know, I can't remember. I gotta go look.
I don't remember what you got either, but I thought you enjoyed it.
I always like a hamburger because I always crave a hamburger. Definitely the meat.
Oh, okay. So you're like Whippy from.
Now outside, now here's the other thing I'm big at, and you can say, yeah, I ain't never done. Is steak, prime rib.
Okay, I'm not a steak guy. Give me a hamburger or give me pork. Those are my two things. Give me
Snow White steak is really good.
Okay.
Citrus was good. Outside of anti-catfish over in Daytona Beach,
You're alright.
orange. What is it? Orange City.
Yeah, I think it's
Port Orange. Port Orange.
Port Orange. Yeah, yeah. On
I really don't.
on Dunlawton Avenue.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
It's not. We have to go to the Yacht and Beach Club to try that steakhouse, and then we got to go to Steakhouse 71. But if we're going for lunch, I'm gonna want that hamburger. I'm not gonna want the steak for dinner. I'd rather have to want the steak.
Right, but doesn't what is it, the Marcuse's or whatever that's
Marcuse's?
The seafood place? Don't they have a surf and turf for you to try?
Yeah, but
That we haven't tried yet.
they like filet mignons. You're not gonna get the prime rib. My favorite type of steak is a prime rib.
Right. Well,
because they have
okay, so my butcher friends, they're
I don't
obviously
want-
are saying that the filet mignon is an over exaggerated cut of meat. You're going to get a better cut from or a better taste from something else. But what I'm saying is we have not experienced steak in multiple places for you.
No, because the thing is, I always get a prime rib because of the quality, the taste, the medium rare, and that sauce that they put on it. The thing is, I don't like the charcoal taste when it comes to all these other steaks that they do.
Okay, no. Here's the thing. He doesn't like the fake charcoal taste that restaurants try to imitate, that they have put it over an open flame to grill.
Like Longhorn, Applebee's.
It's
Outback,
not
that's
that
not
he doesn't
me.
like charcoal taste. He does not appreciate the fake flame charring taste that these restaurants try to put onto them.
And I always have to get swimps with my steak. It's a surf and turf. And that's the thing. It's like I want my seafood and I want my steak. I want my seafood and beef. Because I'm a Cajun fat fuck.
Yeah. And my whole thing is...
And we haven't even... There is not a single seafood restaurant at Disney that you can say, oh my god.
As of yet, no, but we have not tried Narcoossee's and all of that. I am looking for a restaurant that is going to serve me a phenomenal swordfish steak. I had one phenomenal one many moons ago. We're talking like 20 years ago.
So you know
When I went out on a date with someone, and unfortunately that restaurant is no longer available. It was never in the state of Florida. And I've yet to have that experience again. I constantly look when I go to a seafood joint to see if they have swordfish, and they have not. So he is correct in saying that the seafood places we go to are not seafood places.
We have not tried Cape May Seafood Buffet.
Which is...
At The Yacht and Beach Club.
Okay, Yacht and Beach Club. I really don't know anything about. I think I ran around with Little Man on my back one day when
Right.
we walked through it, but I know nothing of it.
No.
So, okay. So within. Okay, so we established that you like 2 fast food services within Magic Kingdom. You like Columbia House and you like
Pecosville.
Pecos Bills. Is there any quick service within Epcot that you would say, let's go?
It used to be the Seasons. Right there on the
Okay,
first
where
floor
it
where
has
it's
multiple different selections.
And I got my vegan chicken curry, and I used cauliflower as my chicken.
Right, and the time that you took me, I was very underwhelmed with the whole experience. But I want to say that was during the pandemic, so I really cannot judge it.
But on the whole, I'm not going back.
Gotcha.
No.
What about within Animal Kingdom?
Nothing. Because I don't like the Flame Tree Barbecue. I don't like pizza, so I'm not going to go to Pizza Safari, whatever it is.
But I thought you liked the food at Rizzo's.
The pizza place?
Yeah.
But that's Rizzo Pizza from MGM. That's not the pizza from...
Oh, never mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And there's no other place. And
So there's only
Yak and
Dino and there's the barbecue place.
Well, Yak and Yeti, it's a Landry Seafood. So that's not Disney owned and operated. And I'll try the quick service one of these days, but it's not like I'm running, not walking, not rolling because I'm fat to get there.
Okay, so I'm confused. So
if I had
Yak and Yeti, okay, I get that. Like Rainforest Cafe, they're not part of Disney,
and
but you have Yak and Yeti completely within the park, and you're telling me they're not a Disney establishment?
Correct. Just like how your World Showcase is all by the countries, owned and operated.
Okay, no, I understand the World Showcase is totally separate. So all the restaurants within World Showcase is separate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're telling me Yak and Yeti is separate.
Correct.
Is there any restaurants within Magic Kingdom or Hollywood Studios, MGM, whatever it's called today, that are not a part of Disney?
All right, so Hollywood Studios, MGM, all the quick service and the table services are all owned by Disney. You have Epcot that has each individual restaurant that's owned by the countries. At Magic Kingdom, everything is owned by Disney too. So Animal Kingdom is the only restaurant, because what happened was when they opened up, they didn't have a table service restaurant. So they actually gave cast members and annual pass holders discounts to their quick service. Then when Yak and Yeti and Tiffin's opened, they took away our discount to the quick service and put it to the table service. But Landry Seafood owns Yak and Yeti, both Rainforest Cafes, and T-Rex Restaurant.
Right. I mean, I don't expect Disney to own everything within Disney Springs. So
The only
So basically what you're telling me is Animal Kingdom in its expansion, they did not allocate money to give restaurants and they let a third party come in too.
correct.
Okay. So within Animal Kingdom, they are essentially a one of a kind. We're excluding World Showcase, but because we understand World Showcase is World Showcase. We're not talking restaurants within, because World Showcase I don't feel is a Disney experience in and of itself. Anything in Epcot before you enter into World Showcase I consider 100% Disney experience. So essentially what you're telling me is Yak and Yeti is a completely abnormal thing within Disney parks.
Yes. And that's including the quick service and the table service within that building.
Gotcha.
Now, out of all 4 theme parks,
Okay.
I will not eat quick service, but only 2 places, and it's Magic Kingdom. It's gonna be Columbo Harbor House and Seafood, and it's gonna be Pecos Bill. The third, if I had to choose, which I always do, is Pizza Rizzo, the Muppets Vision 3D restaurant, because I like going up to the second floor and listening to the amazing music, and they have the dance reception hall, and they have the pizza. I run. This one.
Okay. But
no table service.
hang on a second. We're not leaving this whole quick service thing, because we have got within Animal Kingdom the Pandora quick service restaurant.
Again, it's the same kind of quality that you can get at the Star Wars land.
But my question is if we are at Animal Kingdom and you are hungry and we want to go to that quick service, you are not opposed to it.
No.
It's not bad food. It's not bad service. There's nothing bad about it, but there's nothing that stands out about it.
Meaning, you're correct. So if I am at Animal Kingdom saying I'm hungry because I'm fat and I'm diabetic and I need to eat something because I need some sugar, because I'm tweaking, where I want to go, I'll be like, okay,
He
well,
wants to be a cat.
What? I'm not talking about to be a dog.
He wants to be a cat because everybody wants to be a cat.
Because the cat knows where is Marie?
Marie's in on the bed, and she's having a nappy nap.
Okay, Marie's sleeping. Table service wise, out of all Disney World theme parks, I'm gonna say Hollywood and Vine, Snow White, Sci-Fi Restaurant, Primetime 50, and every restaurant over there at Hollywood Studios, because Hollywood Studios is the shit. And I could get my VIP parking.
Well, you can get VIP parking at Animal Kingdom too.
Yeah, well.
So don't be acting like it's all that. You can get it at another park too. But yes, I get it. Okay.
My gumbos.
Oh, let's not even go with the gumbos because Disney does not know how to do gumbo. And you can see previous videos about him critiquing gumbo. We're not going into the gumbo. We just are waiting for a restaurant to create the Naco.
What?
Yes. They have underappreciated Kim Possible and Ron Stoppable and Rufus. We need the Naco. The Naco, people. I need the Naco.
Not a taco.
Ron got royalties for this Naco, so wasted all of his money. But we need the Naco, Disney, now. The Naco. Naco.
So during Moonlight at Epcot,
What's
which
Moonlight?
is the DVC members only, where they had extra magic hours for them, they had Kim Possible, Ron Stubble in the gazebo. They need to bring the characters back inside the parks. Now, Disneyland, California,
It's always Disneyland.
not only they have whatever, they also have the afternoon, morning cartoons and the Disney Channel. And they need to bring stuff like that here.
We need gummy bears.
Yeah, well,
They're bouncing here and there and everywhere.
okay. Good to know.
You don't remember the gummy bears?
Yes, I know the gummy bear.
And they drink the juice and they bounce here and there and everywhere?
Yes.
Obviously, it was a ripoff of the Smurfs, but still, who cares? The gummy bears were great!
Yes. And they had Chip and Dale.
Don't look at me like that, Yzma. The gummy bears were great.
Oh.
I'll repaste you with my
Wampa.
Wampa. He's more fierce than you, even with your magic.
Yeah, because he loves BDSM.
We're not going there. Move along.
But look what's
Move along.
upside down. Okay, so I think that's it, right?
Mm. Well, I mean, we've done food, but we haven't done shopping experience.
Do we have battery life? And
We have battery life.
well, whenever you get up, see if we have. I can edit this part out.
He wants me to get up.
Well, I can get up. I just want.